right, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Sunday Morning Live. My name is Campaign.
And my name is Out There in the Woods. That's not actually a name. That's just where I like to be. Actually, I like to be out there on the beach much more. But my name is Dandruff. Whoa! That's what I get when I get out there in the woods. Red dandruff.
Nice.
Pretty, huh? Anyway.
Super cool.
And we would like to bring you the most important good news of the week.
Yes.
How are you doing, Cam?
Oh, I'm doing swell. I am doing swell. I've had a pretty good week. School is finally out for those people at Highland, so it's officially summer break. It can't get better than that.
That is really cool. Yeah, I heard that you every once in a while go over to the school and help people out at school. But you know what? When you say swell, all I can think of is a face swelling, a stomach swelling, a arm swelling. I don't know what swell means, but I think it must be something like, well?
I think it's super well.
Oh, that is so smart. Good job.
See that?
You are such a little English major.
That's right. Well, Dan, yes, you asked if I worked at the school. I do. It's my side job. I try and, make sure I help out every once in a while. But now it's summer, and here's the thing. I'm not quite sure what I should do.
Well, what do you mean? I mean, it's hard for me to say because, I'm like ancient. It's like being 259 years when I had a summer break. I don't have summer breaks. What do people do during summer breaks these days?
I can tell you I've talked to quite a few people who like to go camping. They like to spend time at the lake. They even go on hikes. People like to go outside.
Wow, that's great because this last week, you know what I did?
What did you do?
I spent time inside in front of my computer, and you know what?
What?
Nothing happened on my computer because I was on Facebook all week. I was waiting for suggestions what I can watch because we asked that people would make suggestions what I should watch now that I'm done with, the Toy Story.
Yeah.
I didn't get any suggestions, so I spent all week in front of my computer screen waiting for suggestions and not a single one came.
What? Oh, yes. My goodness. You know what?
What?
I think that is kind of wild and silly.
Why?
But here's the good news.
Oh, good news? Well, that's what this is about.
I spoke with one of our viewers.
Who would that be?
It would be Mia.
You remember I know Mia.
You know
Hi,
Mia.
Mia. Hi, Mia.
Hi, Mia.
Oh, hi, Mia.
Hi, Mia. Yes, Mia said that she suggests that you and I watch Peppa Pig.
Is that a classic?
Very.
It's a very classic. Yes. Where can I find Peppa Pig?
I think you can find Peppa Pig on YouTube.
Oh, I know where YouTube is.
Yeah, it's on the computer right there. You type in the www dot.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
What about the HTTP?
Sometimes
we don't have to do
S.
that, huh? And now I'm going to give you and all of you a really cool trick. You just type in YOUTUBE, and then you hit your control key and hit enter, and it's going to go to youtube.com.
What? That can't be real. That sounds like magic to me.
It is a little bit of magic. Some people also call it keyboard shortcuts, computer shortcuts. Whoa, look at this pretty flower. Anyway.
You sound kind of like the Harry Potter of the keyboard.
Whoa, the wizard of the keyboard. That's what I like to be. Some people also call me super nerd.
Super nerd. Hey, that's cool too. Hey, do you think that maybe today there's going to be other people who say what we should watch on the on the Facebook?
Because I'm going to watch Peppa Pig and it's going to be over, and then I once again watch just the empty screen when no suggestions come. People, please give me good suggestions on what I should watch. Yes. It could be on YouTube, it could be on Netflix, it could be on any of those places that I can go to. Please give me suggestions what your favorite movies are, but only the really good ones. that I should watch too.
Okay, that is a really great idea. But
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I think you should watch.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I am going to recommend that you watch The Story for Today.
Oh, what is the story about?
Well, I will tell you what the story is about, and then I'm going to give you some very special news.
Okay.
The story today is about a guy named Saul, and he wasn't really necessarily a great guy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we hear a story about a bad guy?
Well, I'll tell you,
When I
because...
turn on my TV, I see stories about bad guys all the time.
Oh, well, this is a different type of story because we know how it ends. You know, sometimes you'll see a story about a guy who's maybe not the greatest guy on TV, but sometimes when you read the Bible, you can read a story about a guy who might not be a great guy, but then something dramatic happens.
And this is what the case with that Saul guy?
This is the case with the Saul guy.
Wow. I love to look at that story.
That's right.
Well, actually, I was sort of pretending because I do kind of know that story because I've heard it many times before. Because what I know is that he had an experience that literally blew him away or like blinded him.
Don't give too much away.
Okay, then.
Well,
anyway.
Here is the very special part of this news story. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
It's a Lego story.
Oh! Duke, 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 Duke. That surprises me because I expected you to say it's more like a Hawaii story because obviously the big elephant in the room is your new background, which is so special. I mean,
right.
Mine is kind of special too, but not really. Yours is special for reals. And I think this is really cool that you actually planted all those plants, that you dug this really big hole in your backyard, filled it with water, so it kind of looks like Hawaii. Right. The only question that I have is, how did you get that sky so blue? Because when I look out of my window, that sky ain't very blue.
Have you been to the store lately?
No, I'm trying not to go too much.
Have you been on Amazon lately?
Amazon, sometimes.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Okay.
I knew I wanted this beautiful background for Sunday Morning Live. I wanted to be in a tropical place. So what I did was I did all this stuff in my backyard. Well, then what I did was I bought all of the fans across the nation. You can't find a fan in Fred Meyer or Walmart or on Amazon because I bought them all. And I plugged them all in, and then I shot them upwards, and now there's no clouds in my sky because I'm blowing them all away.
Is that for real? That is amazing. Can I borrow those fans maybe?
I'll let you borrow a couple, yeah.
I mean, I have fans also, people who really like me. Those are fans too. Different kinds of fans, admittedly. But anyway. All right, so I think we should watch the story about this Saul guy that had this mind-altering experience. And then, please, people, I am so sick of looking at an empty screen waiting for suggestions on what I should watch. Please make your suggestions what I should watch.
I agree. All right, make those suggestions. We'll come back next week and we'll chat about it some more. Have a great week, everybody.
Hey, let's do the bump, baby.
Bump!
Oh, bye.
Darkness run and hide. You bring the broken back to life. Only you can, only you can. You set me free from every chain. You fill my heart with songs of praise. Only you can, only you can. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. My heart beats. Oh, your throne to bring this runaway back home. Only you can, only you can. You give me love, you give me life, you keep me dancing through the night. Only you can, only you can. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Jesus, you're the only reason that I'm even breathing. I am wide awake. You move me, your freedom is consuming. I feel you rushing through me. I'll never be the same. My heart beats only for your glory. My hands reach up for you to hold me. My soul sings, Father, you are holy. My feet dance to your rhythm, to your rhythm. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name. Every beat is calling, every beat is calling out your name.
Hey everybody, I'm Erica, and welcome to my Summer STEAM Lab! Today, I'm challenging myself to some optical illusions. Dizzy yet? And you know what these tricky little eye puzzles require? A whole lot of faith! Faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. So, let's give it a go! Whoa! That is wild! Wanna see? Does it look like the circles are moving? But they aren't! It's a still photo! The way the gray and the black and the white are used makes it look like it's moving. Crazy, right? Do I look like I'm moving? Now, this one is easy. Okay, which of these objects is bigger than the other? Object A. Duh. All right. Wait. Object A. Right? Wait a second. They're the same size. I'm so shocked right now. Okay, sometimes what we think we see is not what's real. And when we discover the truth, it can be shocking. Today's story is all about a guy named Saul who thought he knew it was true, but he was in for a big shock. Let's check it out.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Acts, chapter 9, verses 1 through 9.
If anyone was set up for the good life, it was Saul of Tarsus.
Greetings.
Though Saul's family was Jewish, he was also born a Roman citizen. Throughout his life, he was known by two different names.
You may call me Saul or Paul.
As a young man, Saul was sent to Jerusalem to study with the famous Rabbi Gamaliel.
Let's see. You have achieved 100% in classical literature, 111% in philosophy, And in ethics, 99%.
I vow to do better.
Saul became a Pharisee like his father before him. He carefully studied God's law and prayed 3 times a day.
Dear God, help me follow your laws 100% perfectly.
Like the other religious leaders in Jerusalem, though, Saul was caught off guard by the events that surrounded the life and death of Jesus.
Good riddance. Now that fool can't try to overturn God's laws anymore.
Haven't you heard? Jesus' follower says he's returned to life.
They've seen Jesus?
They've seen Jesus.
Those riffraff will slink away soon enough.
Against all odds, the followers of Jesus didn't fade away. In fact, the numbers began to grow.
5,000? You're telling me that 5,000 people are following the way of a dead man?
Well, technically, they think he's alive.
Not helping.
The religious leaders in Jerusalem did everything they could to squash the new movement. They even arrested a leader among the Jesus followers named Stephen. After telling lies about him, they dragged him outside the city.
This man is a disgrace.
Saul stood by and held the coats of the men, who picked up stones and threw them at Stephen, until they killed him.
If Stephen had just let go of this Jesus nonsense, he wouldn't have had to die.
It's terrible. I heard people are following the way of Jesus in other cities too.
What? Inconceivable.
Saul quickly became known for hunting down people who believed in Jesus. When he discovered that some Jews in Damascus were following Jesus, he went straight to the high priest.
This Jesus thing is spreading everywhere.
I'm aware.
They think he's alive.
Hashtag yup.
Someone should do something.
I hope you have something constructive to say.
Give me letters to the synagogues in Damascus so I can arrest all the believers and bring them back here.
Now you're talking.
Saul set off for Damascus with the blessing of the high priest. He traveled with a group of men to arrest the believers they found. After days on the road, they neared the city.
There it is.
We'll make it by lunch.
No, we must take time to pray.
As he did 3 times every day, Saul stopped and turned to Jerusalem to pray, certain God was on his side.
Dear Lord, help me to catch every single one of those despicable Jesus people.
Suddenly, a light more brilliant than the midday sun blazed down around Saul. He staggered, fell to the ground, squeezing his eyes shut against the glare.
Saul, why are you opposing me?
Saul gasped. It felt as though the whole earth shifted beneath him.
Who are you, Lord? I am Jesus. I am the one you are opposing.
The men around Saul stared in horror and confusion, unable to speak. They could see no one, but heard a sound, perhaps like a roar of thunder.
Now get up and go into the city. There you will be told what you must do.
Saul reeled. He struggled to his feet and finally opened his eyes. He saw nothing, only darkness.
What's happened?
You tell us. We saw the light, and you fell, and this sound, and then you said...
I can't see.
What?
I can't see. I've been blinded.
That's not good. Here, take my hand.
Saul grasped the man's hand and shuffled a few steps forward.
Who are you talking to?
I think it was Jesus.
You heard Jesus?
I heard Jesus.
Saul's companions led him into Damascus, where he stayed at the home of a man named Judas on Straight Street.
Want something to eat?
I'm not hungry.
Or water?
Not thirsty.
For 3 days, Saul wrestled with himself and God. He'd come face to face with the very man he knew was dead, but discovered that Jesus was very much alive. Now blind, Saul was forced to see everything in a brand new light.
Okay, there's supposedly a picture of a dinosaur hidden in this image. I don't... Focus. Okay, I'll just have to have faith that there's a dinosaur in this picture because I do not see it. Speaking of, Saul literally couldn't see after his encounter with Jesus, but in a way, he could see better than he ever had before. Anyway, Saul saw everything. And Jesus made a way for everybody to be saved from their sins. After Jesus went back to heaven, he gave his followers the Holy Spirit. And then many more people believed in Jesus too. Saul wanted to stop the Jesus followers, and he really tried. But Jesus wanted Saul to know a better way. You know, it's amazing how God has revealed himself to people all throughout history. Saul, who is also known as Paul, so Saul and Paul are actually Saul Paul, was no exception, and neither are you. Just like God opened Saul's eyes to see the truth, he can open our eyes too. He may not appear to you in a bright light, but God can get your attention in all kinds of ways, like through nature. Or a conversation with a friend. That's really good. I like that. You're so wise. A song on the radio. God can even use your own circumstances to help you know him. And when you focus in and really see Jesus for who he is, the Savior of the world, it can change how you see everything. So that's the one thing to remember today. Knowing Jesus changes the way you see everything. It's like Jesus gives us brand new glasses to see out of. I can't really see out of these ones, but it's a different way to see. So that's exciting. Oh, perfect. Well, that's all I got for this week. Oh, perfect. These coffee beans want to wave goodbye to you. Bye.
This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days. I know where my hope is, I live it loud, I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you. This is my faith, this is my focus, all of my days. I know where my hope is, I'll live it loud. I shout the chorus, because I know, oh, you're always for us. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And even when it's hard for me to see, I will trust in you, I will believe. And keep on looking to you for where I'm going, knowing you go there too. I'll keep on looking to you. I'll fix my eyes on you. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. You are my only focus. I fix my eyes on you, oh yeah. Woo! You ready? Come on, let's go. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, anywhere, oh. Anywhere. I fix my eyes on you. Hands in the air, hands in the air. I know you're there, anywhere. I fix my eyes on you. I'll keep on looking, looking, looking to you. I'll fix my eyes